Give me the Bible, star of gladness gleaming, to cheer the wanderer lone and tempest-tossed. No storms can hide that radiance peaceful beaming, since Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible when my heart is broken, when sin and grief have filled my soul with fear. Give me the precious words by Jesus spoken. Hold up faith's lamp to show my Savior near. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, all my steps enlighten, teach me the dangers of these realms below. That lamp of safety o'er the gloom shall brighten, that light alone the path of peace can show. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, lamp of life immortal, hold up the splendor by the open grave. Show me the light from heaven's shining portals, show me the glory gilding Jordan's wave. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Break thou the bread of life, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst break the loaves beside the sea. Beyond the sacred page, I seek thee, Lord. My spirit pants for thee, O living word. Bless thou the truth, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst bless the bread by Galilee. Then shall all bondage cease, all fetters fall, and I shall find my peace, my all in all. Good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? I see we got Sister Laura in here. The goat keeper is in the house. Glad to be back. Just kind of feels like I've been away for such a while between, work and hunting season. But hey, I'm here. You're here. We're going to have ourselves a wonderful Noontime Nuggets. That's the plan, at least. Ooh, Heather's here. Howdy, Heather. Good to see ya. Laura puts up some goats. Ah! Screaming goats. Good to have them. I still think it's funny because, one of my boss man's brothers has goats. Not only does he have normal goats, he has a special type of goat called a fainting goat, which, for some odd reason, anything scares them. If you walk up to a fainting goat and clap your hands, they will fall over. They will faint and fall over and start twitching. You walk away, and in a few minutes, they'll stop, and they'll get back up, and they'll keep on about their business. Fainting goats are just hilarious. Hey, I think we might have a CJ appearance. Oh, there's his cheesy smiling face. CM is back in business, baby. Laura says, I love fainting goats too. They're funny. They're too funny. They are hilarious. Because all you have to do is shout, hey, halfway across the farmyard, and these fainting goats, they fall over. Yeah! I don't know what type of defense mechanism that is, how it works, but apparently it's one of them. You'd think, that can't be healthy, but as far as I guess it is. Reba greets Laura. Sister T. She says, hi, family. Hey, O'Shea. Hey, Sister T.
Hi, y'all. I'm home.
CJ has made it home after a wonderful time with family, I presume.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, he says. And Reba greets everybody. Hi, Reba. Sister T greets CJ. Reba greets me. Hi, Reba. Laura greets Reba. Laura says, God's creatures are quirky, aren't they? LOL. Yes, they are. And, that's how we know God has a sense of humor. I mean, fainting goats? Really? Platypuses? Really? Seahorses? I mean, the list goes on. Really? What type of creature is that? They all show forth his handiwork, don't they all? Even if we can sit there and laugh at him. Reba greets Sister T. Laura says, sorry, hit the enter button too early. Reba says, I know a lady that does that. Fall over if you... faint if you yell hey at him. Anyways, Sister T says, greets Reba and Laura. Reba greets CJ. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Oh no, we're having an earthquake. Well, that was the dryer vibrating the camera. Oh, hold your horses, CJ. Laura hasn't gotten the goats teamed up with the carts yet. Well, the rest as we talked about God's/Jesus' sense of humor yesterday in Bible class. If we are made in His image, I want to think that Jesus opened His talks with a joke. LOL. CJ says, "Let's dig, y'all," which we'll do in a minute or two. Reva says, "Yes." If something scares her, she passes out. Huh. Very interesting. Makes you wonder why. Anyways, CJ says, LOL. Well, you all, in my research and discovery, it looks like we're doing James 12 through 18, the end of the chapter. Because it looks like CJ did 1 through 11 last time. He did it like a week ago.
1 through 12.
1 through 12?
13 through 18.
Sure. Well, that's not what you had in the description.
Whoops.
As always, shenanigans. We're right back to it. Never left it, but hey. Well, then, can you fix the descriptions here on this broadcast, then, the 13 through 18 there, CJ? It's handy having tech. Alrighty, y'all. Let's pick up our shovels and picks, put on our hard hats. Heather says, fight, flight, or faint. Well, you know, playing dead does work in a lot of situations, like bears. So, oddly enough, fainting is a defense mechanism. Just why exactly it works, that's not for us to know, I guess. Anyways, Reba says, hi, Sister Heather. Let's get to our reading, y'all. James 3, 13 through the end of the chapter. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show by his good life his works in meekness, in wisdom. But if ye have bitter jealousy and factition in your heart, glory not, and lie not against the truth. This wisdom is not a wisdom that cometh down from above. This wisdom is not a wisdom that cometh down from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where jealousy and factition are, there is confusion and every vile deed. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without variance, without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace for them that make peace. I love James. Favorite book in the New Testament. So, and Heather greets Sister Reba. Our first nugget is the wise show wisdom by their works. And we find that in verse 13. James says here, the wise, he who is wise, and understanding among you, let him show by his good life his works in meekness of wisdom. So he shows his wisdom by his good life and his works, his good works in his life. And he shows by his good works his wisdom. So we see here that wisdom produces good works in meekness of wisdom. Now, who here remembers the definition of meekness? Who here knows the definition of meekness? CJ says he had already talked about that in chapter 2. Well, CJ, some things need extra stressing. Heather says gentleness under control. Laura says it does not mean weak. CJ says strength under control. Bingo. Meekness is not weakness, as it is often equated. Oftentimes you see it like in shows or movies that the meek person happens to be weak, but it is not so. Meekness is strength under control. And we know this because I believe it's Moses is referred to the meekest man ever, as well as Jesus. And Heather says, yes, that's what I meant. And by no means was Jesus ever weak, or Moses. Moses was a great man of faith. He had his man moments, but he was not weak by any means. And so, meekness is always to be equaled with strength that is controlled. Because there's a difference between raw strength that's ballistic and honed strength that is in control. We gotta keep that in our minds, y'all, that strength needs to be controlled. Otherwise, it is totally erratic. So, that's one nugget. The wise show their wisdom by their good works and meek wisdom. So, strong, controlled wisdom is how we interpret that. Strong, controlled wisdom. It continues on. But if ye have bitter jealousy and factition in your heart, glory not and lie not against the truth. Now, on my side note, I think I know what factition means, but I don't know for sure. Strife. That's kind of what I thought. What does ESV have to say? Selfish abomination. Okay. So strife or selfish abomination. But James says jealousy,
Ambition.
ambition.
Not abomination, selfish ambition.
Oh, pardon me, misread that. Easy for me to do. Side note, off the wall randomness right here. A study was done and it is proven that most people don't read the in between letters. You see the first and the last, and your brain autofills the word. So if you aren't careful, that's what happens. Most people don't read the in between letters. Anyways, back to work. Nugget number 2. Jealousy and factition are earthly wisdom, not God's. And that is coupling verses 14 and 15 together, where he says, if you have jealousy and factition in your heart, glory not and lie not against the truth. Because a lot of people who are jealous will go, I'm not jealous. I'm not strifeful. They're lying to themselves. They don't see that they are. And in which we also have to remember to continually examine ourselves honestly, truthfully, as to not fall into that very same trap. But he says, don't lie against the truth. This wisdom is not a wisdom that cometh down from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. So James tells us here that jealousy and factition are earthly wisdom. They are not God's wisdom. and they are to be discarded because we don't want earthly wisdom. And he continues on with the same train of thought, and he describes the environment around jealousy and factition, jealousy and strife. He says, where they are, there is confusion and every vile deed. Jealousy and strife lead to confusion and vile deeds, evil works, disgusting actions. They lead to it. Now he draws a contrast. But this is moving on, or in comparison, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, peaceable, easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without variance and without hypocrisy. He says the wisdom from above is pure. It is undiluted. It is just. He says it is peaceable. It's not delivered in wrath. It is gentle, easy to be entreated, easy to be asked of, easy to call on. It is full of mercy and good fruits, without variance, meaning it does not vary, it does not change, and it is given without hypocrisy. Kind of like what he says in chapter 1, verse 5. If any man among you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who giveth to all liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. God does not upbraid. He doesn't chew you out when he gives wisdom. He doesn't give you up one wall and down the other. He giveth liberally. And so we see a very stark black and white difference between earthly wisdom and heavenly wisdom. Earthly wisdom is jealous, full of strife, contention, and it leads to both confusion and evil works. But God's wisdom is pure. It is everything opposite to that. And finally, in verse 18, we have our last nugget. Nugget number 3. Righteousness brings forth peace. He says, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace for them that make peace. Where righteousness is at, there is peace. Because the righteousness will dissipate strife. Those who are righteous know how to defuse bombs, basically. They can defuse a very harsh situation. And from that grows peace. A righteous person does not lie. He does not use or abuse. So, where there is righteousness, there is peace. Alrighty. So, for our rounds of nuggets, we have nugget number 1. The wise show wisdom by their works. Nugget number 2. Jealousy and factition are earthly wisdom, not God's. They are direct opposites. And nugget number 3. Righteousness brings forth peace. It is sown in peace for peace. And it leads to peace. Alrighty. So, Sister T says, got my nuggets down. Thank you. Alrighty. Glad to hear it, sister. It's always wonderful picking up our shovels and picks with y'all. I just love doing it. CJ is ecstatic there in the background. Thumbs up, big smile, everything. He's only missing a coffee cup. Well, you all, we have come to the end of this mine shaft, and it's time for Laura to turn her goats around and pull this cart with us out of this mine shaft. Reba will gather up all the pickaxes, and Heather can make sure we all have our hard hats on. So, Reba says thank you for them there golden nuggets. You are very welcome there, Sister Reba. Heather says thank you. You are welcome as well, sister. Well, you all, till we meet again, God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Until we meet again,